All right, folks, all good things have to come to an end, and this season of Fantasy is no exception. The Blast World Finals is our last event. It's our final hoorah, and we've already got our champion. But we've also got some few loose ends to tie up. You're watching Fantasy Focus, powered by 22Bet. Quick, somebody roll out the red carpet. All right, it is with great pleasure and a sense of awe that I present to you the undisputed and undeniable champion of Celebrity League Season 3, Mathieu Maniac Kikere. That's right, the Swiss man's done it. All right, Maniac, you don't need to act surprised. Nobody has to act surprised. We all saw this coming from a mile away. Maniac demolished the competition this season. I mean, even before the Blast World Finals begins, he's already posted the most successful finish of any celebrity member since the start of the Celebrity League. After missing out on last season's first place by only a handful of points at the very final event, well, he made damn sure that none of us are even within touching distance of him before this final event gets to go. So, once more, congratulations, Maniac. And while the Celebrity League is already his, there is still a very real chance that Maniac goes on and cracks into the global leaderboard's top 10 by the end of this season, which would just be an amazing feat. So, Abu Dhabi's around the corner. Maniac, on behalf of all of the talent, best of luck with this last final event. Show them who's boss. Show them why you get paid the big bucks. Well fought, Maniac. Don't stop now. But with all of that said, this final event will indeed be the Blast World Finals taking place in Abu Dhabi. We've got 8 teams, all of which have qualified for the event either through the world leaderboard or by winning significant events throughout the year. It's not often we get the likes of Maus at a Blast event. And we've also got some moving pieces in a few of these rosters. 3 teams from each group advance forward into the playoffs, meaning only one per group gets cut short. Quarterfinals to be played behind the stage, and semifinals and grand finals with a crowd on the big stage. It's the last chance to hoist a trophy, and last year we unexpectedly out of nowhere saw G2 start their run before 2023 even began. So who knows who's going to pull it out this time around? Like I mentioned, moving pieces, new rosters, and uncertainty across the pack. If I was you, I'd be looking for Maniac's advice, not mine. I might be getting replaced soon. I don't know. All right, but I'll give you a bit more advice one final time. ZywOo, $229,000, multi-fragger or attacker, the number 1 big baller because he was the highest rated player at the Blast Fall Finals. He has denied the doubters, all right? CS2 seems to be ZywOo's game yet again. $229,000 is pretty reasonable for a player that was breaking into the 240s, 250s at his peak throughout the year, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's about to post another substantial event. Consider him. If not him, his teammate, Spinks, a little more affordable, $218,000, second highest rated player for Vitality, coming off of Blast Fall Finals. Now, yes, notably less performance compared to ZywOo, but still in the more affordable range while still being a big baller. Slap the multi-fragger roll on him and you're good to go. And then last but not least, the once touted as CS2 GOAT. Maybe a little too early to call that one, but the man's still on fire, and that of course is FaZe Clan's Robs. Now with Frozen by his side. Big shoes to fill with the departure of Twists, but a good chance nonetheless. Headshot or multi-fragger roll. Those are your selections with Robs. Camper 2 if you really need to use those rolls elsewhere. But those are the 3 big ballers I'd advocate for. Now, when it comes to the safe bet, it feels like there's 2 teams who have a solid chance at not only A, topping each of their respective groups, but also B, being in the grand finals and hosting the trophy. Those 2 teams, of course, Vitality or FaZe Clan. Now with Vitality, you've got a nice little combination here, okay? Similarly priced packages. In one hand, you've got Apex and ZywOo. Apex performed incredibly well back at the Blast Fall Finals, had a few carry maps, and reminded us that he is one of those in-game leaders that can hit the ground running, definitely benefiting from the CS2 update. If not for ZywOo and Apex, well then you've got the Israeli package of Spinks and Flamesy. Now, Flamesy and Spinks made up for lost ground with Magisk's not being on the lineup back in Copenhagen, and I highly expect both of them to do the exact same thing here. This trio of ZywOo, Spinks, and Flamesy has what it takes to win the event. Which of them you decide to take, I'm not sure, but the safest bet seems to me like it will be Vitality. Not far behind Vitality as a safe bet, it's going to be FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan, again, comes with two packages. I'd suggest either Rops with his in-game leader Kerrigan, who is a little more rough for wear than Apex at the moment, but still capable and cheap at 184. Or you go for Rain and Frozen. Now, I anticipate Rain and Frozen being an entry pack. If you put Frozen right behind Rain, I feel like by choosing both these players, you're guaranteeing yourself a set amount of points throughout the success of FaZe. If you think FaZe are going to run away with this event, if you think that Blast Copenhagen was just a blip on the radar and that FaZe will return to the trophy lifting ways, then I think this is really the package of Rain plus Frozen. And it's affordable when you compare it to Vitality instead. Eco picks. I think the safest eco pick this week is going to be Apex. All right, 192,000, and coupled nicely with the leader role, this Vitality are expected to win a few games, if not the entire event. Apex is again showing good form, and he's benefiting from his teammates' performance as well. Then we've got a couple of choices here that I think maybe raise some eyebrows, but it's the last event of the season, so let's get a little weird. We've got Shush, okay? Shush in the last month has been trying to pick up a lot of slack for the Heroic squad. Now, I don't expect Heroic to make a deep run at this event, but Dupree's been playing outstandingly well, and Shush is incredibly cheap. This is the cheapest I've ever seen Shush at 185k. Put him on Eco Fragger or Defender, and I think you're working with something here. But it does bank again on Heroic not getting blown out of the water, something that is not a guarantee. And then last but not least, maybe the biggest swing out of nowhere, I'm saying Brolin. Yeah, Brolin's coming through with a very affordable 190,000, and I think that Brolin, when combined with a headshot role, which he is activating 60% of the time on a big bonus of 5 points, Brolin is now about to play with the best in-game leader he has ever had. I think that Shuhei is used to implementing players with far less Tier 1 experience in comparison to Brolin, and even though we're talking about a Brolin who had fallen off with the Ninjas in Pajamas, when you look at the core of MOUZ and what they've been able to accomplish in the last 3 to 6 months, well, that's a core you can believe in. That's a core that I think Brolin will benefit by playing next to, even if it is on a stand-in basis. And don't forget, this is a tryout for Brolin as well, so he'll be incredibly motivated, and he'll be tag teaming into a very recently successful squad in this young MOUZ team. Yeah, okay, Frozen is so hard to replace, but I do believe Brolin has the potential to be worth your time. Speaking of time, I just want to say thank you for yours. This has been a fun season of Fantasy Focus, and it's the last video of the season. It's a little bit of a wrap-up. It's been a hell of a roller coaster, and I just appreciate you guys always tuning into HLTV, supporting the video, and leaving comments. I know the fantasy community is really passionate about the game we play, that being Counter-Strike and HLTV Fantasy. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for always watching. Thank you guys for supporting the videos, and hopefully see you next season.